there lived a young girl named Mia. Mia was a dreamer. She spent her days staring at the clouds, imagining worlds of adventure, and making new friends in her colorful mind. But as much as Mia loved her dreams, life was not always kind to her. She was shy and often bullied at school. Her dreams felt further away than the stars in the night sky. Mia had one best friend, Leo. He was the kindest boy in class. Leo had a bright smile and an endless supply of encouragement. Whenever Mia felt down, Leo would remind her of her dreams. "You have a beautiful voice, Mia. You should sing," he would say. Mia adored singing, but the thought of singing in front of others terrified her. Deep down, she wished the courage to share her talent. One day, their teacher, Ms. Harper, announced a school talent show. "Everyone is welcome to join. Show us what you can do," she said with a wide smile. Mia's heart raced. The talent show could be her chance to shine, but that meant she would have to step out of her comfort zone. After school, Mia confided in Leo. "I want to sing, but I'm so scared. What if people laugh at me?" she asked, her voice trembling. Leo placed a comforting hand on her shoulder. "You should do it, Mia. I know you can. Just imagine how happy you'll make everyone. You have a gift." His belief in her filled Mia with hope, but fear still edged into her heart. For a few days, Mia debated entering the competition. Each time she practiced in front of her mirror, she imagined the applause and smiles from the audience, but the whispers of doubt always lingered. Finally, she made a decision. The night of the talent show arrived. The school gym was filled with parents, friends, and students anxiously awaiting the performances. Mia felt a knot in her stomach. Leo stood beside her, giving her a reassuring thumbs up. "You've got this," he whispered as they waited for her turn. Mia's heart raced as her name was called. She walked onto the stage, her legs trembling. She looked out at the audience, and panic washed over her. But then she spotted Leo's encouraging smile, and suddenly she felt a warmth inside her. Taking a deep breath, she closed her eyes and started to sing. Her voice, soft at first, grew stronger as she felt the music swirl around her. She poured her heart into the song, and as she sang, she could feel her fears melting away. There was something magical about sharing her voice with everyone. When she finished, the room erupted in applause. Mia opened her eyes, surprised to see the entire audience standing and cheering. She felt a rush of happiness. She had done it. Leo rushed up to her, beaming. "You were amazing, Mia. I knew you could do it." His eyes sparkled with pride. From that day on, Mia transformed. She became more confident and began to dream bigger. She started volunteering at a local community center, teaching kids how to sing. She found joy in helping others discover their own voices. Each child she taught inspired her more, and Mia felt like she was doing something meaningful. One day, during a lesson, a girl named Ava walked in. She was quiet and withdrawn, clutching a stuffed toy. Mia noticed her sadness and sat beside her. "What's wrong, Ava?" she asked gently. Ava looked up with teary eyes. "I want to sing, but I'm too scared," she whispered. Mia smiled warmly. "I once felt that way, too. Would you like to try with me?" Slowly, Ava nodded. Together, they practiced a simple song. With each note, Ava's fear began to fade, and she found herself smiling. Mia was overjoyed to see Ava's transformation. As months passed, Mia's influence grew in the community. She organized small shows, allowing children to perform for their families. Each event was filled with laughter, excitement, and the beauty of voices coming together. Leah, a girl who had been shy since middle school, once said, "Because of you, Mia, I can now sing in front of people." "Thank you." For Mia, this was a moment of pure joy. One sunny afternoon, Mia received a letter from a music school in the city. They had heard about her work in the community and invited her to participate in a program dedicated to young voices. Mia was over the moon. She could hardly believe it. She rushed to tell Leo, who jumped up in excitement. "This is your chance. You can inspire even more kids." Mia accepted the invitation and began attending classes at the music school. She learned more than just singing techniques. She learned how to empower others. She remembered Ava and all the kids she had worked with back home. Mia promised herself that she would return to Maplewood and continue guiding them. After a year of hard work, Mia held a concert in her hometown. It was more than a showcase. It was a celebration of every child who had discovered their voice. Families gathered, and the gym was filled with bright lights and joy. One by one, the children she had taught stepped onto the stage, carrying their dreams with them. When it was Mia's turn, she felt a surge of love and pride for all the kids who had overcome their fears. As she sang, she shared her journey from a broken dreamer to a voice that had changed lives forever. The audience cheered loudly, but this time there were no nerves in her heart. Mia felt the warmth of her dreams and the voices of the children she helped echoing in her mind. She knew that dreams could be fragile, but with love, support, and courage, they could be rebuilt stronger than ever. And so, in the small town of Maplewood, Mia became a symbol of hope, a reminder that anyone could find their voice, no matter how broken their dreams may seem. In this story, include the following characters: Maya, Ethan, Mrs. Davis, teacher; Mr. Harrison, principal; David, friend. Once upon a time, in a small town nestled among rolling hills, lived a young girl named Maya. Maya was a dreamer, her head always filled with stories and songs. She imagined herself on big stages, her voice filling concert halls, touching hearts with her melodies. But life, as it often does, had other plans. Maya's family struggled financially. Her father worked tirelessly at the local factory, and her mother took on odd jobs to make ends meet. They loved Maya dearly, but couldn't afford the singing lessons she desperately wanted. Maya's dreams felt distant, like stars she could see but never reach. In school, Maya was a quiet, observant student. She excelled in English and music, but lacked confidence. During music class, when Mrs. Davis, her teacher, asked students to sing, Maya would always hide behind the other kids, her voice a mere whisper. Mrs. Davis noticed Maya's reluctance and suspected a hidden talent. One day, Mrs. Davis assigned a songwriting project. Students had to write and perform an original song. Maya was terrified but also secretly thrilled. This was her chance to express herself, to put her dreams into words and music. She spent weeks crafting her song, pouring her heart into every lyric and melody. The song was about hope, resilience, and the power of dreams, inspired by her own struggles and aspirations. As the day of the performance approached, Maya's anxiety grew. She imagined herself forgetting the lyrics, her voice cracking, the audience laughing. Her best friend, David, noticed her distress. David was a kind, supportive boy who always believed in Maya. He encouraged her, reminding her of her talent and the importance of sharing her song with the world. "Maya, you have an amazing voice," David said. "Don't let your fear hold you back. Your song can inspire people." His words gave her a little courage, but the fear remained. On the day of performance, Maya almost didn't go on stage. She stood backstage, her heart pounding, her palms sweating. Mr. Harrison, the school principal, saw her hesitation. He was a stern but fair man who cared deeply about his students. "Maya, is everything all right?" he asked, his voice gentle. Maya explained her fears, her voice trembling. Mr. Harrison listened patiently, then smiled. "Maya, I've heard you sing," he said. "You have a gift. Don't let fear silence you. Share your gift with us." His words, combined with David's encouragement, gave Maya the final push she needed. She took a deep breath and walked onto the stage. The spotlight felt blinding, the audience a blur of faces. She looked out at the crowd, searching for David's familiar face. He gave her a reassuring smile, and she knew she could do it. Maya closed her eyes, took another deep breath, and began to sing. Her voice was shaky at first, but as she sang, her confidence grew. Her voice filled the auditorium, clear and strong, carrying the emotions of her song. The audience was captivated, their eyes fixed on Maya. She sang about the struggles of everyday life, the importance of never giving up on your dreams, and the power of hope. Her voice resonated with the audience, touching their hearts and souls. By the end of the song, there wasn't a dry eye in the house. The auditorium erupted in applause. People stood to their feet, cheering and clapping. Maya was overwhelmed with emotion. She had done it. She had faced her fears and shared her voice with the world. Mrs. Davis rushed to the stage, her eyes filled with tears. "Maya, you were amazing," she exclaimed. "I knew you had it in you." Mr. Harrison followed, his face beaming with pride. "Maya, that was the most beautiful performance I've ever seen," he said. "You have a bright future ahead of you." From that day on, Maya's life changed. She became known throughout the school and town for her incredible voice and inspiring song. People started asking her to perform at local events and gatherings. She sang at festivals, charity concerts, and even at the town's annual celebration. Her performances touched the lives of many. People who had lost hope found inspiration in her songs. Those who struggled with their own dreams were reminded of the importance of never giving up. Maya's voice became a symbol of hope and resilience for the entire community. As Maya's fame grew, she never forgot her roots. She used her platform to raise awareness about the struggles of families like hers. She organized fundraisers to support local charities and provide opportunities for underprivileged children to pursue their dreams. One day, a renowned music producer attended one of Maya's performances. He was so impressed by her talent and her message that he offered her a record deal. Maya was ecstatic. This was her chance to share her voice with the world. She signed a record deal and began working on her first album. Her songs continued to inspire and uplift people, spreading her message of hope and resilience to a wider audience. Her music climbed the charts, and she became a global sensation. Despite her fame and success, Maya remained humble and grounded. She never forgot the people who had supported her along the way. She continued to visit her hometown, performing free concerts and mentoring young aspiring musicians. Maya's story became an inspiration to millions. She proved that with hard work, determination, and a little bit of courage, anything is possible. She transformed from a broken dreamer into a voice that changed lives forever. Years later, Maya returned to her old school to give a speech. She stood on the same stage where she had once been so afraid, now a confident and accomplished woman. She looked out at the students, her heart filled with gratitude. "Never let fear hold you back from pursuing your dreams," she said. "Your voice matters. Your story matters. Share it with the world." Maya's journey from a shy, insecure girl to a global icon was a testament to the power of dreams, the importance of perseverance, and the impact one voice can have on the world. And as the sun set over the rolling hills of her hometown, Maya knew that her journey was just beginning, and that her voice would continue to inspire and uplift generations to come. Once upon a time, in a small town named Willow Creek, there lived a girl named Emily. Emily was a dreamer. From a young age, she wanted to be a singer. She would often sneak away to her grandmother's attic, where she would sing her heart out, pretending the dusty old room was a grand stage. Emily imagined herself in bright lights, surrounded by cheering fans. However, life had not been easy for her. Emily came from a family that struggled to make ends meet, and the idea of following her dreams felt more like a joke than a possibility. Emily's parents worked hard every day. Her mother, a nurse, spent long hours caring for patients, while her father, a mechanic, worked late shifts to pay the bills. They loved Emily, but could not afford singing lessons or fancy musical instruments. Her dreams often felt like broken pieces of glass, beautiful yet sharp, reminding her of what she could not have. One day, while Emily was practicing in the attic, her best friend Mia entered the room. Mia was a lively girl with a contagious smile. She loved to read, and often reminded Emily that her dreams were worth pursuing. "You know, Emily, you have a gift," Mia said enthusiastically. "You should share it with everyone." "You really think so?" Emily asked, her voice trembling with doubt. "Absolutely. You need to perform at the Willow Creek Talent Show next month," Mia proposed. Emily hesitated. The thought of singing in front of people filled her with fear. But a flicker of hope ignited within her. "Maybe," she replied, trying to sound brave. As the weeks went by, Emily found herself thinking about the talent show more and more. Doubts nagged at her, but Mia continued to encourage her. They practiced together, with Mia helping Emily with her stage presence. Mia's enthusiasm filled the air and pushed Emily to keep dreaming. Finally, the day of the talent show arrived. The small town community center buzzed with excitement. Families gathered, Children ran around, and local businesses set up stalls. The stage was decorated with colorful lights, and Emily's heart raced as she watched other performers. Some danced, others played instruments, but none of them sang like she did. When it was Emily's turn, she felt her knees wobble. The moment she stepped onto the stage, the crowd grew silent. Holding on to the microphone, she glanced out at the sea of faces and felt a wave of fear wash over her. Then she remembered Mia's words. Taking a deep breath, she closed her eyes and began to sing. Her voice soared through the room. At first it wavered, but as she lost herself in the music, she felt stronger. Emily poured her heart into the song, sharing her dreams and fears through every note. When she finished, the audience erupted in applause. Tears filled her eyes, and she felt a warmth in her chest. In that moment, she was no longer a broken dreamer. She was a hopeful artist. After the show, many people approached Emily. They praised her voice and encouraged her to keep singing. Among the crowd was Mr. Thompson, the local music teacher. He had watched her perform closely, and he approached her with an excited look on his face. "You have a special talent, Emily. I would love to teach you music. Would you like that?" Emily's heart skipped a beat. Having a music teacher was something she had always dreamed about, but she knew her family could not afford the lessons. I can't pay for lessons," she stammered. "Don't worry about that," Mr. Thompson replied kindly. "I believe in your talent, and I would be happy to teach you for free." Ecstatic, Emily nodded, feeling a burst of hope. She began lessons with Mr. Thompson after school. He taught her not just how to sing, but also how to connect her emotions to her music. Emily worked hard, and her skills grew. With Mia by her side, she practiced every day, determined to improve. As Emily's confidence grew, she started to perform at local events. She sang at charity fundraisers, festivals, and community gatherings. People started to know her name, and soon her story inspired others. Many young dreamers in Willow Creek looked up to her and began believing that they could also follow their dreams. However, Emily faced challenges too. Some days were hard. Doubts crept in, especially when she stumbled or felt she wasn't good enough. One evening, feeling defeated, she sat on her bed, staring at the wall. Mia walked in and noticed her sadness. "What's wrong, Em?" Mia asked gently. "I don't think I meant to do this," Emily confessed. "What if I never make it?" Mia sat down beside her. "But you already have, Em. You are inspiring so many people. Remember, it's not about fame. It's about sharing your gift." Emily thought about Mia's words and realized how true they were. She didn't need to be a superstar to make a difference. She could change lives just by sharing her passion. Years passed, and Emily blossomed into a talented young singer. Her voice became known not just in Willow Creek, but in nearby towns too. She often visited schools to talk to students about following their dreams, sharing her journey from a broken dreamer to a voice that changed lives forever. Emily inspired many young people to believe in themselves and pursue their own passions. One day, as she walked back home from performance, Emily smiled as she thought about how far she had come. She was no longer just a girl singing in her grandmother's attic. She was a voice, a dreamer, and a source of hope for many. In that moment, she understood that dreams may break and shatter, but they can also heal and transform. And it was that journey that made her who she was, a voice that changed lives forever, spreading hope and belief in the magic of dreams.